Hello friends and welcome to yet another amazing video of Wisdom Zone, and this is Shubhro, and I'm quite sure you have already guessed it that today I have the second session on phrasal verbs in English for everyday life, and today also I am going to discuss some useful phrasal verbs which you can use in your everyday English conversation, and also you can incorporate them in any speaking test. So it is my earnest request, please watch this video carefully so that you can learn all the important phrasal verbs which I am going to explain with examples. And again, it is my request to all the viewers who haven't subscribed to this channel, please do not wait and subscribe to Wisdom Zone and immediately hit the bell icon so that you do not miss a single video. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. 3, 2, 1. So friends, welcome back once again to the second session on phrasal verbs in English for everyday life. And today again I am going to discuss some useful phrasal verbs for everyday life so that you can use them in your everyday conversation, and also you can use these phrasal verbs in writing, and also if you are preparing for IELTS test or TOEFL test, you can use these phrasal verbs effectively, right? And let me remind you, I have provided the link of the previous video on phrasal verb in the description, and if you haven't checked that video, please do not forget to check that video. So before I move on, let me quickly give you a brief idea about a phrasal verb. I'm quite sure you must be eager to know about it. As you know that phrasal verb is a verb which is formed by a combination. You can combine a verb plus adverb, or verb plus preposition, or you can combine both to form a phrasal verb. So let me give you a couple of examples. First is give up. This phrasal verb means to quit, especially a bad habit is to give up. And help out is the second one, that means to give your service, to offer help to someone. Okay, so again these two phrasal verbs are quite useful, and we can use these two phrasal verbs also in our everyday English conversation. So without wasting any more time, let's get started with today's main discussion. So as you see friends, the first phrasal verb which we have for today is fall back on. Fall back on is a very useful phrasal verb for your everyday life. So it means to use something after other things have failed. Okay, tend to use something because other things have not worked or failed, right? So that is called to fall back on. So let's see how to use this beautiful phrasal verb. Our opponent team fell back on sledging as they could not stop our batsmen from scoring. That means they started utilizing sledging because they tried other tricks and they could not stop us, so they started using sledging. So that's why they fell back on sledging. That means they started using sledging in order to stop us because other things failed. So up next, let's turn our attention towards the second one, that is fall into. Fall into means start doing something. Okay, so let's see how to use it. Ben fell into the habit of smoking during his lunch time. That means start doing something, especially start developing some habit. So that time you can use this wonderful phrasal verb fall into. I'm quite sure it's clear how to use it. So let's turn our attention towards the third useful phrasal verb which you see on your screen. The third useful phrasal verb for everyday life is rely on or upon. Both can be used. So it means to depend on somebody or something. To depend on somebody or something is called to rely on or upon. So let's see how to use this useful phrasal verb. Can I rely on you? Asked my manager. That means my manager asked me, can I depend on you? Can I rely on you? That's the meaning of this phrasal verb. So I'm quite sure it's clear how to use this useful phrasal verb in your everyday life. So up next, let's see the fourth phrasal verb for today, that is look up. Look up is to look better or to improve. So that means to look up here. So let's see how to use this wonderful phrasal verb. We hope things will look up in 2023. That means things will improve. So here look up means to improve or to look better. So that's the meaning of this particular phrasal verb. The sentence says that things will look better in 2023 or things will improve. Up next, we will see the next useful phrasal verb which is splash out. Splash out is a very useful one, but it is sometimes not understood by people. So splash out means to spend a lot of money, especially on buying. It is obviously used slightly in an informal manner, right? It is not used in formal context, so it is used informally. So let's see how to use this. Ben splashed out 5,000 bucks on his fifth marriage anniversary. That means he spent a lot of money on buying things. That's why this phrasal verb is used, splashed out. So I'm quite sure it's crystal clear. So let's turn our attention towards the sixth phrasal verb for today. That is invest in. Invest in is also quite important for our everyday English. So it means to buy or acquire something which will be useful or profitable, especially in the future. So let's see how to use this wonderful phrasal verb. Smith earned a lot of money by investing in the share market. That means he somehow invested in, and that's why he earned a lot of money. So here invest in means that maybe perhaps he bought some good shares before, right? Invest in is to invest in share market and acquired some share at a very less price, and then he earned a lot of profit by selling them. So I hope it's clear how to use this phrasal verb invest in. So up next we will see the seventh phrasal verb for today, that is put aside. Put aside is also quite useful in our everyday life. So let me explain the meaning. It means to save something, especially money or time, for the future. So when you save money or save time for the future, that's time you can use this phrasal verb put aside. So let's see how to use it. Don has been putting aside some money for a foreign trip. That means he is trying to save some money. Putting aside here means to save money for a foreign trip which is planning. Okay, that's why he's saving money for that, and that's why this phrasal verb is used, put aside. Up next, let's focus on the eighth phrasal verb for today, that is get something back. Get something back is to get something again which one had before. Maybe the person lost it or given it to someone. So when you get it back, that time you can use this get something back. Okay, so let's see how to use it. I lent him 5,000 but I didn't get it back. That means the person did not return it. So I didn't get it back means I did not get it. It is used in a negative sense. So the money which I lent, I didn't get it, right? It was not returned. So I'm quite sure it's clear how to use it. So up next, let's focus on the ninth one, that is follow up. Follow up is quite useful in our everyday life. So this phrasal verb means to find out more about something or to investigate more about something, right? So let's see how to use it. I got an email regarding a good job offer. That's why I decided to follow it up. Okay, that means I decided to inquire more or investigate and know more about the job because it was a good offer. That's why I decided to follow it up. Okay, to find out more about it. Understood? So at last, let's turn our attention towards the 10th phrasal verb and the last phrasal verb for today, that is clear up. So let me explain the meaning here. Clear up, this phrasal verb means to solve something or to explain a person's situation or something to someone, right? So let's see how to use this wonderful phrasal verb. I was skeptical about the discount offer, but the salesman cleared up my doubts. That means he explained and he solved my problem. He gave me proper answers and cleared my doubts and explained it. So that's the meaning of this phrasal verb, and it can be used very effectively in our everyday English conversation. So you can say that please clear up my doubts. So like this way you can use this wonderful phrasal verb. So I'm quite sure you found this video equally useful as my other videos, because today again I have discussed 10 essential phrasal verbs which you can use in your everyday life and try to use them and sound more proficient and confident. And obviously these phrasal verbs are going to help you out to speak confidently. And again, it is my earnest request to all the viewers, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do not wait and immediately subscribe to Wisdom Zone to get many more videos on this type of topics, phrasal verbs, spoken English and other topics on communication. And obviously do not forget to make sentences and comment below, and stay tuned for further informative videos, and do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Wisdom Zone.